Hello again, it's Priscilla Badsell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. That's a 12-inch by 24-inch canvas that was black, and I primed it again with medium black paint. It's nice and dry now. I have a bunch of Prizm pour colors, and I've just done a flower painting in a vertical orientation earlier today, so I found out a few things about what I like. And I like to have the bottles open. This is the Midnight Shadow. I want enough paint to do what I want to do. So I'm going to be a little more generous than I was the last time. This is some frosted. These have all been shaken already. My paint pouring recipe is below the video. Underneath, show more, along with the link tree, which has all my links on it. This is Blue Velvet. I don't think I used enough of this last time, but I'm not afraid this time to overdose my canvas with paint. I have new colors. Oh, I used some of this black iris and it was gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. It's quite gray but very shimmery, but it really lends some depth to things. I suspect that this is going to look, that needs to go. That was one of those little tabs that come off the top. This is Twilight Orchid, one of the stars of this show. I will be using my spatula. I'm going to use a little deep amethyst. I will be picking up paint from one place to another. I know it just looks like kind of a mess now, but it's going to work itself out pretty well if I have enough time. I did run out of time on the last one. I got 3/4 of the way putting the flowers in. That's the Frozen. This is one of my all-time favorite colors. I'm really tempted to put some true silver in, but it's so shimmery when it goes in that I think I'm just going to hold back this time. I have some of my favorite black raspberry. I know, I have a lot of favorites. The black raspberry is awesome. I'm just learning to use the blue bonnet. Can't really go wrong with beautiful colors. And I have a cerulean blue, and I think that's going to be it unless I put some frosted berry in there, and I might do that. Cerulean blue is an amazing color. Here's the pink I was talking about. You know what? I'm going to put some actual pink in there too. When I put the lighter colors in, it really zhuzhes things up like very nicely. And I have some I have some pink diamond. A rather large bottle, actually. I may make this go down as far as it wants to go. Alright, it's time to have some fun. Grab a spatula. I'm going to go part way across and come back. I'm going to head down to the bottom. This time I think I'm going to go over my edges. Yes. I'm going to turn that around so I can do the same thing on this side. I should think about doing the top. I had some black showing through last time. It's a night sky, so that didn't bother me. The colors are fantastic. I hope I get to shimmer them at you. I'm thinking about putting some of my gold cell activator in a really weird position, and I'm not sure I'm going to recommend it, because I found out by accident that my cell activator that stopped being a cell activator when I changed one of the ingredients actually worked. But it was accidentally put down underneath. which is not, I don't know how to recommend that or not. But the colors that I'm going to use for the foliage are going to be fantastic even if you don't do what I'm going to do. So I've got my top mostly covered. I've got my edges mostly covered. I'm going to bring some of that paint right back to the edge. Right along there and hope it melds. Really light touch on the spatula. Absolutely tremendously beautiful sky. I have one little flaw over there I see. And I think I would like to drag against the grain just to make things not look like they're straight on. Push my spatula back again. So if you just want to make a beautiful sky, sans objects that do not belong. I don't know what that is. It's not coming out, so it's going to get spatulaed. Perfect. Let's make sure everything has got a light coating. I feel like I'm taking too long, but I really want this to be nice. I think if I take a minute, put what's on my blade of my spatula across the top, I'll be happier. Because it will meld with what's already there and drip down. So, here goes nothing. I am going to do the impossible. I'm going to put some gold, which is Decor Americana 24 karat gold, and the next weight down from the lightest fluid gold, iridescent from Golden. I'm going to throw some frozen in there. This may or may not work. I'll make it work one way or the other, even if it's a stage one. That is the Peacock. I thought it was the dark water for a minute. I have the Peacock. There's the dark water. Similar but not the same. Absolutely stunning. Throw a little bit of, I think I'm going to throw a little bit of this black iris in. Hopefully I get to do what I plan on doing. This is the Fandango. I might still use a cell activator on top. And put a little bit of wintergreen in there. But I don't know if it should be black or white or both. Or purple. Maybe purple. So I'm going to leave the paint that's on my spatula. Purple's not coming out really fast, which is actually a good thing at this moment. I'm going to go for a little bit of white. Also not coming out fast at this moment. And some black. Just trying to make some foliage, but I don't want to do so much without cell activator that I lose my opportunity to make cells. There's the purple. Let's try the white again, since it doesn't seem to show up an awful lot. I'm just leading the blade up into the sky. There are those gold cells I was telling you about. I'll be playing with this technique, definitely. Stealing paint. That purple cell activator is pretty strong. I think I'm going to just give myself permission. Because otherwise I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get on with it. So I'm just putting the cell activator right down on top of the paint. Cross your fingers for me. I might just get some really nice grass. We'll see what happens. It'll be perfect setup for whatever I want to do for flowers, if I want to do flowers still. I'm kind of liking just putting the spatula in and pulling it down, tapping it. I like those cells, but I wasn't planning too thoroughly to have them. I don't mind just working into the sky and bringing the sky colors down into the foliage either, since it's a twilight sky. And the spatula works very well if you don't go too fast. How much time do I have left? I have plenty of time, it looks like. So I am surprised by that. I think I set my timer wrong. But I'm going to keep moving. Whoops. Slip sliding away. It's funny to have the gold at the bottom. Kind of think I should have started the gold up here and pulled down and then pushed back up. Which is a technique for another time, I guess. But I have what I have. And I'm going to wipe off my spatula along the edge of my canvas. I'm just figuring this out as I go. Using the tip to drag some lines down through. I love grass, by the way. I like all the colors that are in grass. I've got some more paint covering my spatula that I kind of want to use on the bottom. I don't think I'm going to endanger myself with dripping too much into the sky. And if I did, I'd still just put chain in there. Which reminds me, I made an error in judgment and accidentally poured water into my dish with my chains. So now I'm going to take a moment to dry them off as best I can and hope that that's going to be okay. So let's try to do a little something something with some colors. And I'm just going to stick with colors that I love and work my way from there. And that would be starting with, I think I'm going to use that gold. Just because. Let's go in the center. That was that gold. This is the gold carnation. If I don't like the way that looks, I'm going to move on to the Mayan gold. I think I'm going to flatten those out just a little bit with a straw. Before pulling them. It doesn't look like I need to pull them much at all. Looks like I could just blow them out, no problem. So I just put my chain in and wind it around and pick it up before it leaves too much of a residual behind. And I'm going to do that a bunch of places, I hope. I'm really nervous. I'm so nervous I can't seem to open a bottle. Okay. Let's use a little bit of the Chantilly lace everywhere. This is going to help me pick where my flowers are going to go. I can probably always go back for more, of course. That was coming out. That's the pink diamond. This is a combination of Big Apple and Orange Crush. This is a little Tuscan Sun. Yeah, I was right about the timer. I've got 3 minutes left. I misread it, but I think I can get a lot done in 3 minutes. I'm not sure how much of it is going to happen. I'm thinking that I can probably... Now, where is that carnation? I just put it down. There we go. I love that color. And I'm going to use a little bit of the Twilight Orchid. Along with some other things. Hopefully. A little cerulean blue. Just probably so much of it in the sky that I shouldn't do that. Okay, let's just use my chain. I put most of it in my hand and just use the tip. I'm going to use the residual. Complete my mark on the other side. I'm going to not worry about colors mixing. I'd like to put a few dots above these so-called flowers too. That's a little funky, but so far so good. So it's interesting, I don't have to put 2 dots down. I just have to bring the paint back up, or the chain rather. I gotta stop trying to go so fast. It's not gonna be helpful. Hopefully my head isn't obscuring everything. It might be. Chances are good I'm going to be putting a bamboo skewer. Oh dear. Alright, I'll see you guys at dawn. I didn't even get to shimmer any paint at you. I'm just slow today. Probably should have cleaned my chain off at some point. You're still here. I'm going to try and zoom in and show you what I have. Tell you I love you and thanks for inspiring me, and I'm going to come right back in a minute. Bye for now.